Hi, within this video, I would like to talk about the rule-based printing and the way to affect the printing output. So let me first just explain what this is about on my first slide. So imagine a standard situation when you've got a print server, either the MyQ1 or a standard print server in your company, where thousands of print jobs are just coming and going. A lot of print jobs with different settings, with different options, and maybe some of them are also unwanted ones, jobs that should not be printed. So the rule-based printing is about the way to affect the output. So you can, for example, say that certain users are allowed to print in color, while the rest of them should be only printed in monochrome or in monochrome in duplex. Or, like I said before, certain documents should not be printed at all. For example, if someone's printing some pictures from Facebook, based on the name of the file or of the source, the system can automatically reject that. So the rule-based printing is pretty much about setting the rules and the output of your printing. Now, when it comes to the options which we have here, there are the hard-coded rules and the interactive ones. Let me first start with the hard-coded ones where I can explain a few options MyQ offers you. The first one is a hard-coded rule through the queue. So you can prepare a specific print queue within the system with predefined rules. Like for example, this is a pull print which will automatically be in black and white. That way, whatever comes to that queue, even if user changes something on the printing on his system, the system will automatically change it and the output will be based on the settings of your queue. Another little bit more extended option is through the policies. The advantage of the policies over the standard settings on the queue is that we have a little bit more options here, but more than that, we can just apply those policies for multiple queues at a time, and one more level, and that's that we can apply it based on users or individual specific groups. So that way on one queue, two different groups might have a different settings. So as you can see, we can set settings like the color, duplex, stapling, punching, toner saving, and some permissions what the user can do on a machine, like they can change the color, change the duplex, staple, punch, saving, or number of copies. These settings are available on the embedded terminal, so that way, potentially, if we will allow him, the user can modify the settings. But if we don't want to, we can of course hard code it here, and that way the user will not be allowed to bypass the settings. Another option is through the scripting. Now, scripting is something a little bit more advanced, but and also it can give you a large variety of options. So, for example, imagine a situation that you are printing a large print job. It's something, some text, some contract or something, which might be quite costly because there are a lot of pages. So you can set a rule that if the document has more than 50 pages, for example, like here in my example, it should automatically be printed in black and white. Same way, whenever it's printed from Outlook, it will be automatically in black and white or duplex. Same way, you can set a rule that if there is for example, A3 or A4 jobs, those jobs will automatically appear only on the machine that can actually print it out. So your A3 or ledger jobs will not appear on a machine that will not be able to handle it. And there are additional rules. So you can, pretty much play with it, create your own rules based on your own conditions, and that way the jobs will be sorted or modified as you will need it. The last option here is the most advanced one. Now, for that, you will need a skilled technician who knows something about a PGL commands. Special commands you can just put into your print job and then affect the output. So if you are familiar with the PGL commands, you can simply put them on the queue level and those will modify the jobs. The last option which we have here is the interactive one. So it's not a hard-coded rule, but on the other hand, it's a rule like, for example, if the job has more than a certain amount of pages, a pop-up window shall appear on the user's computer asking him to decide what should happen. So for example, like this, let's say I'm printing quite a lot of pages. the client will pop up and asking me that what should be done. That job has more than 10 pages, which is the rule. So would you like to print it in duplex or not? And it's up to the user to decide if he would like to have it in duplex or simplex. Same way it could be for color or any other setting. This is just a simple rule, and of course you can combine it and create a sophisticated script which will do certain settings and ask the user to interact. So, like you can see, that few options which can help you to control the output of your printing. And those are the options here. If you would be interested in much more details, I would recommend you to ask your technician to go through the technical training. Thank you for watching this video.